Alrighty, so today I will be showing you how to conjugate the verb aimer, and aimer means to like. And aimer is a ER verb. There are three main types of verbs in French, and one of them is ER verbs. So all the verbs ending in ER that aren't irregular. There's plenty of irregulars, but a lot of the verbs will end with these common endings. And I will also do another video just on the ER verb endings, but today I'm going to focus on the verb aimer. So aimer does mean to like. You have to conjugate the verb. You can't walk around saying I to like, he to like, she to like. You have to change it. I like, he likes. Notice how it changes a little bit. Adds an S on there in English. That's called conjugating. So you have to conjugate the verb in French as well. So if you draw the grid that we're used to, like that. Okay, so to say I like for, I should label singular, plural, first, second, and third person. Okay, so for singular, first person singular, to say I like is j'aime. So J apostrophe A-I-M-E. J'aime. J'aime. Okay, to second person singular, to say you like is to M. It's said the exact same way, even though there's an S on the end. To M. For he, she, and then later on, but I always tell my students right now, until I've taught you on by itself, don't worry about it, just know it's with those. For he, for il, el, and on, it is M. M. So all of these are said the same. J'aime, M, to M, il, M, L, M, on M. Okay, over here for first person plural, we have nous aimons. Nous aimons. Second person plural, we have vous aimez. Vous aimez. So nous aimons, vous aimez. For il and elle pluriel, it's M. Even though this ends in E-N-T, a big deal in French is that with a lot of verbs that are conjugated for il and el pluriel, they end in E-N-T, but you don't say it. You just end with a strong sound on the letter that comes before the E-N-T. So this is pronounced ils, M. And since all of these, these end in S's and these all begin with vowels, you have the liaison kind of sound where you go nous aimons. You don't actually write that, you just leave it as nous aimons, but you say it as nous aimons. That S sound just continues. So it's also vous aimez and ils aiment. Now technically, since this is an ER verb, what you're supposed to do is take off this ER and you're supposed to add endings. And I'll focus a little more on that later, but I'll just show you right now the endings. So what you do is you take off the ER, that's gone, and so you're left with AIM. And so notice all my verbs start with AIM. And then these are the verb endings that you add on the end. For je, you add an E. For tu, you add an ES. For il, you add an E. For nous, you add a ONS. For vous, you add an EZ. And for il or el pluriel, you add an ENT. And so I will have another video on just these verb endings with examples of a lot of verbs coming up soon. But just to show you real quick, I want to show you how you use this verb and how you can also make it negative. So first, you can use this verb to say that you like an item or that you like to do something. So if you like an item, you could very simply say, for example, j'aime le crayon. So I like the pencil. Use it with any item, any noun. Okay. You could also use it to say that you like to do an activity. So, for example, you could say j'aime, and then the verb to dance is danser. Now notice this is an ER verb. It ends in ER and it means to dance. But I've already conjugated this verb. I've already conjugated aimer to say j'aime. So if you like to do something, you use aimer, but the second verb you don't conjugate, because otherwise you would say I like dance, and that would be, I guess that kind of actually sounds right, but that would be referring to the noun, like I like, for example, dance class, something like that. So if you want to say I like to dance, if you like to do the activity, you leave the verb not conjugated. That's in the infinitive form. And then just to remind you real quick how it would look negatively. In French, to say anything negatively, you have to use ne and pas. Ne is spelled N-E, pas is spelled P-A-S. And ne has to go before the verb, and pas has to go after. So if you want to say, for example, I don't like, you would say je, and normally you would say N-E. But my verb starts with a vowel. So if it starts with a vowel, you have to do N apostrophe, and then you have your verb. So again, for je, it's M. So je n'aime pas, and then of course you're going to need, if you want to say I don't like to dance, je n'aime pas danser. Okay, so try it out real quick. Try to write the phrase we don't like. Try that out negatively real quick. We don't like, and then say the pencil. We don't like the pencil. Try it out. So you should have started your sentence with new, and then you're going to have N apostrophe, have the verb conjugation for nous n'aimons pas, and I said to write the pencil, le crayon. So there is, we don't like the pencil, nous n'aimons pas le crayon, and that is the verb aimer.